What's good, everybody? It's your favorite host, Milli. Welcome to the Sip and Sit. And tonight I have a very special guest. He is an artist straight from the BK out of New York. You know what I'm talking about, Brooklyn. It is
Facts.
Retro Kid. What's up? How you doing?
What's happening? What's happening? First of all, let me say thank you for having me. Milli, and we just communicated a little bit. You feel me? We both got a little comfortable. So thank you for having me. Should I just introduce myself?
Yes, tell me a little bit about you, what you repping for, even though I already said it, but I want you to do it. So tell me a little bit about who Retro Kid is.
All right, cool. So I grew up. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. You feel me? First of all, let me tell you how I got the name Retro Kid.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go by Zay. You feel
Okay.
me? But that was when I was a kid. I made my first song in fourth grade, and it's still on YouTube. It's called Ayo Zay. I'm not gonna tell too many people about it, but if you find it, you find it. But I was in fourth grade. I used to go by Ayo Zay because of my name Isaiah. But I used to go to the barber shop. I used to get my hair
Mm-hmm.
cuts, but I used to get a lot of designs. So I was always like that old school. I always had an old school soul. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? So they would literally be like, Retro Kid, because I got the designs in the back of my head. I figured why just call it Retro Kid, regular kid, when I could put an exclamation in it to emphasize
Mm-hmm.
who I really am. So yeah, so that's how I got the name Retro Kid. But I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I was born and raised there. I had ended up moving to Queens, Far Rockaway, with my mom and my dad. Um, sometime in, I want to say, like middle school,
Mm-hmm.
and but I always went to school in Brooklyn, so I'm very much a product of what Brooklyn represents, especially when it comes to music. Like, people know, I was about to curse, my fault, but people know the history behind New York when it comes to music, and I just feel like me and the people I know in my generation of artists could really bring something new to the table that New York is not really doing right now. Because
Mm-hmm.
don't get me wrong, of course I love drill, I respect it, but it's kind of taking over right now. I kind of want to
Mm-hmm.
switch the narrative and bring something new to the table, and just represent strong. Like, I always felt like wherever I went, you know New York was just like, it's a part of me. You're a product of where you from.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like it fully defines my character and who I am deep down, but very much you could definitely tell I'm from New York. But yeah, so and you can find me on Instagram at retro, my fault, because I recently had to switch my Instagram name.
Uh-oh, you had to redo it.
Yeah, yo, it was a whole fender bender, but it's retro K underscore two underscores. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So tell me, how did you start rapping? What was your inspiration to say, hey, you know what? I'm about to pick up this mic. I'm about to start spitting some rhymes. And with you being from the foundation where hip hop began out of New York,
Yeah.
tell me, what was your inspiration to start rapping?
If I'm being honest, my father, my
Oh,
pops,
wow.
my pops. Yeah. That was an easy answer. You feel me? But I wouldn't even say just my pops. Really, my family. As like, I really, like, I'm the only child, so I really hold family close to me. Like, if I call you my brother, you really my brother. If I call you
Mhm,
my sister, you really my sister. And then it, goes without saying who my parents and my grandparents are. They the people that raised me, that taught me everything.
mhm.
So I'm half Puerto Rican. My grandfather on my dad's side, my dad's father, he used to be a jazz musician.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, his name is Yayo Joe, so we pronounce it Jejo, but it's Yayo Salgado. And so it's literally weird. I've always felt like music was literally in my blood,
Mhm,
because my grandfather did what he did in his time, which carried on to my pops, which influenced me. And
mhm,
it's crazy. It's literally generations of sounds. It
mhm,
sounds different. You could tell, like, I definitely keep that old school cadence when it comes to my father, but I'm very much still a new school kid. You
mhm,
feel me? A new school dude. So I kind of try to balance both sounds. But my mom's side of the family is into sports. So I used to do a little bit growing up, but something told me I just gravitated more to music, and
mhm,
what music just, what it felt, what it did for you, what it did for other people. I feel like no matter where you go, music, and just in different cultures, It's just
Mm,
is music. It has the potential to really bring people together. But
mm,
so yeah, I have a very deep respect for what it means to be an artist. You feel
mm,
me? And to represent your sound and your music and who you do it for. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? Fame and money is cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like everybody wants that. You feel me? Like I like I want it a little bit. But but when it really comes down to the basics, I really do this for myself and for my
Mhm,
peoples, for my
mhm.
family. So
I love how you kind of go, you took it back. You know, you come from a line of family members that were into music, and you
yeah.
talked about your grandfather and your father, and it's just like, it just passed down from generation to generation and everything. So, you talk about rapping. How would you describe your sound? Because I'm very curious to know, because I've heard your music. So I want you to describe, how would you describe your sound to like your fans? How is it?
Yeah, yo, it's crazy because I like I think of questions like these on my own and literally practice them in the mirror. um, um, but it's like I'm still shocked by that question. But boom. So like I said, I would bring it back to what I said when I said I feel like I have a representation of old school and new school music.
Mhm,
It took me a while as when I was younger to really accept what music is now and what is
mm,
becoming. You feel me? Because like in the drop of a dime, somebody could blow up. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And it could be from the most basic song ever. I'm not gonna get into detail. We know what's happening right now. But but you feel me? No subs, no subs. I respect every artist that get it their way. But um but it's very much like I've always had that old school sound. I've always respected these 4 or 5 things: lyrics,
Hmm.
lyricism, sound, having your own unique sound.
Mm, that's a big one.
Yeah, the beat. The beat is
Yes.
important. And and I feel like I forgot what the last one is, but I just feel like maybe just having like a little twist, like what I mean by sound. Oh,
Hmm.
flow. How you rap on each. See, okay, so if I break it down, lyrics is always important because I feel like people need to hear what you're saying. You know what
Right.
I'm
I
saying?
agree.
That sets you
Yeah.
apart from what a lot of people is doing now. They just saying
Mhm,
whatever. And
mhm,
don't get me wrong, some of my songs I'm saying whatever, but when I'm telling you, I literally go through every line and I write them out because I'm very much a writer. I like to
mhm,
freestyle, but I'm not really the best freestyler. So
mhm,
I've always been a writer by heart, just feeling my lyrics. You feel me? And just saying things. I hate repeating the same line or the same words. You feel
mhm,
me? Um flow, you always got to know how to flow on the beat, and you never want to flow the same on the same beat. I want to be a versatile artist. I want to
mm,
be somebody that could really, like, you listen to one song and it will never sound like the last song.
mhm,
I'm saying whether that's melody, having melody in it, or just straight
mhm,
up bars.
mhm.
um the sound, I guess what I mean by sound is kind of like going into melody too. Like, um I try to incorporate singing in my music, and I'm no way a singer. Like
You
I've
just stick like strictly to the rap, and that's it.
no, I do.
Oh,
I
you
no
do
no no
sing. Okay.
no, yeah, I sing in my music, but I'm saying like I'm not a singer. I never took any vocal lessons or
Vocal
rap
let. I
lessons,
got you. I got you.
but over time I just I just train the style of how
Mhm,
I rap
mhm,
to fit what I'm
mhm,
trying to do with my sound.
mhm.
Um and then the beat, you gotta have a bumping beat. You feel me? Because most of the time, what people is gonna listen to first is the beat. They're gonna be like,
That's true.
you know what I'm
Cause that's how
saying?
I am. I listen to the beat first, and if it's
Yeah,
catchy, then I listen to the lyrics. But it
yeah,
for me, it's the beat. Always the beat first.
yeah. And it's literally like taking a class. Like, you got to take all these different components you learning and figure out how to master that. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? And
mhm.
how to stick it to what you're trying to do specifically. I don't want to sound like anybody else but Retro Kid, like,
Right.
respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you hear a song, before the song even start, you like, oh, okay, that's Retro Kid.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So And what I mean by the whole new school, I'm sorry, I know I'm talking for me,
No, you
but
good. You good.
yeah, but what I mean by like new school and old school, trying to combine them both, I definitely like. I still believe in the whole being a lyricist thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Making sure that you like when it comes down to it, whether you freestyling or writing, you can actually rhyme, and you actually saying things that make sense. And but I'm still very much a new school. I try to add the melody. I try to look at all these different artists that's doing it right now and figure out how I could how they influence me, but
Mm-hmm.
how I could do it different from them.
Mm-hmm.
So very much like, for example, like just people like Lil Uzi, Travis Scott,
Mm-hmm.
um even Drake, Kanye, just for real, everybody
Everybody,
singers,
like you
yeah.
put in from the new school and the old school too. Like, who are some of your influences that kind of influence your own sound? Because I know you said, it's all about being unique. So, who from like the old school genre that you look to for like influence?
Great question. Great question. Great question. Um, wow. Okay, so I mean, you gotta pay respects to like just people that did it before.
Mm-hmm.
Like and when it really comes down to it, it's so hard picking a specific person. I've never really had a favorite artist because I love all type of music and it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta pay respects to people like obviously Biggie, Pac, Nas, Outkast,
Yes.
Run DMC, you feel
Mm-hmm.
me, The
Mm-hmm.
Locks,
Mm-hmm.
Wu-Tang Clan, um, but even the singers, yo, like Erica Badu,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Michael Jackson, like just dang, Halle Berry, like.
Oh, that you. Wasn't like a singer or
Okay, okay,
in
okay, okay,
music.
okay, 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 yeah. Oh, Beyonce, even
Of
though some
course.
people say she's not really a singer
Oh,
either.
listen, I am a proud member of the Beehive. So,
Yeah,
anybody else thinks that Beyonce does not influence the culture, come see me,
yeah. And
okay?
I feel like I feel like come on, like you could always like say that
Mhm.
you don't like certain artists, but I
Mhm.
feel like you can never deny their careers. So it's like
Right.
even Drake. Drake has a lot of haters, but like his career, like he's already a legend. He dies and he's a
Mhm.
legend. You feel me?
Mhm.
And so obviously, Drake, Kanye, Jay-Z, um, even West Coast artists when it comes to like Snoop Dogg,
Mhm.
Nipsey,
Yes. Yes.
Kendrick, J. Cole, all type of every like I'm telling you, like everybody, like you really have to take into consideration what you listening to and
Mhm.
how you want that music to influence you.
Mhm.
You feel me?
Mhm.
So
And you named a lot of great influencers that really influence you in your music. And I kind of want to ask you this question. We all know, if you've been paying attention to the blogs, DJ Academics has been very vocal in the last
yeah.
2 days about the hip hop culture and calling the OGs of hip hop and rap Dusty. What is your response to him saying that the OGs from yesteryear are dusty and calling them basically not really giving them their flowers? What is your take on that?
Okay, so like come on, like I just feel like I mean, come on, like it's academics. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yes, that is what he said. I've been looking at the blogs. I just read that Russell Simmons chimed in. Of course, LL Cool J had a lot to say about his response
Yeah,
to, why are you calling, I'm an OG in hip hop, I influence hip hop, why are you saying this about all of us, from yesteryear? And I
see,
felt
and
like
that's what I'm.
DJ Academics really, you got to pay homage to the past,
Yeah,
because
yes, I was
without
just
the
about to say that
past, there wouldn't be
exactly,
no present.
exactly. And my thing is like, yo, like, come on, like I feel like now y'all really trying to separate the gap between what it means to be an old artist
Mhm.
and a new artist.
Mhm.
I'm like, yo, like that's not the point of music. Let's come together and like work. Let's let's really and I don't believe in that at all because you
Mhm.
have a lot of new artists now sampling old music.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
obviously everybody has their favorite old artist.
Mhm.
So how could you not pay homage to said person? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's just I don't know what academics talking about, yo. He do that. Like that's just his
Right.
thing. He's a
Right.
social media head, you feel me? So but yeah. I just don't I personally don't get it. I feel like you always have to pay respects to who came before because
Mhm.
so like you're not doing music for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You're
Exactly.
not the first person to ever make music, so you're getting it from somewhere. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like even like old times, like in the 19 whatever's, like you
Mhm.
feel me? Like music has just been carried on from generation to
Mhm.
generation. So
Mhm.
just and like I said, everybody I name, I have a lot of respect for them because of what they did for the community and the industry now. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Exactly, and I appreciate you for that. I wanted to ask because it's so many mixed comments and everything. I want to
Yeah.
move on to you as an artist. What do you think has been the hardest part of your journey in the industry to you? What has been like the hardest part about it?
Getting started.
Getting started.
Getting
Okay,
started.
can you elaborate? Tell me a little bit like what you mean by getting started.
Yeah, I mean, just like I'm in no way right now like in a position where like I'm selling out major shows
Hmm.
or I'm headlining stuff or like I own all my masters and I'm making billions from businesses. You feel me?
Hmm.
But that's the goal. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? That's every artist's dream, every artist's passion, every artist's um, end goal. So getting started, and I tell everybody this all the time. There are so many undiscovered artists in this world, people that
It really is.
people
It
that
really is.
really believe in music and really want to show the world what they can do
Mhm.
with their talent, and I'm definitely one of those people. And I guess you could really call us the underdogs right now, you feel me? And or but I very much believe that. Can you hear me? You froze. Hello? Maybe I'm bugging. Am I bugging? Um, I don't want to keep talking if it's not really recording right now. Man, hold on. Did it work?
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. It just kind of did
Okay.
that. I'm sorry.
I thought I was bugging. I thought my connection was tweaking.
No, you good. You good. But we were talking about how your journey has been as an artist. And I know you were talking about getting started.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of getting started, um, yeah, and I tell people this all the time as like as an undiscovered artist too. Like it's not easy. Like being an artist is in no way easy, and sometimes you have a lot of people, like even family, telling you like sometimes it's an unrealistic dream, and you need to have other goals in life, and because a music career might not always kick off,
Exactly.
but it's very much a passion. It's something you feel in your soul and your heart. You know what I'm saying? So you as an artist is like if you really want it, you're not gonna stop until you get it. And
Mhm.
then it comes late too. Like some people blow up at 16, some people blow up at 25. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? And but it's very much like, you got to figure out what type of artist you want to be,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
very much so, um don't get me wrong, I'll be on social media because I have to as an artist, and there's some part of me that likes it, but I don't like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be lazy with it. And I
Mhm.
feel like that's one of my biggest problems. Like as an artist, you need to be vocal more with your fans. You need to be in the spotlight. You really need to be out there. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And not everybody blows up that way, or not everybody, comes up that way, but it's a lot of people will tell you that. And so
But
it's
that's
just,
true though. That is
yeah.
very true.
So it's about, but it's about finding your fan base too. But you gotta do things like do shows. You have to have
Mhm.
the bread or the
Mhm.
connections to get videos done, to
Mhm.
get studio time. You know what I'm saying? To actually get stuff done, and you need to have content. That's one of my biggest problems. I dropped a song probably 2 years ago, another
Mhm.
one on YouTube, another one, and it got 100K with the people I was working with. Shout out to Big Ja.
Wow.
Shout out to Big Ja. Jens the Guru, some young guy, Josh Nichols. Um, but yeah, so I had did another one and it got 100K. But right after that, I just feel like everything fell apart.
Mm.
And I didn't drop a song in a year after that. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? That's, as an artist, that's not good, because you need to have content. You need to be continuous. You need to be fluent. You feel me?
Mhm.
And you need to be able to just like be consistent with it. And then but I recently just dropped a song with my boy Soto Benz, and my childhood friend, the artist Tease, and
Yes.
it's called Off the Rip.
Yeah,
Um
and we're gonna talk about that because I want to know, how did you come up with that song and what it was like to really make a song with your friends, people that you grew up with.
yeah. Um yeah, so really shout out Soto and Tease. Those is really my guys. They basically family. And so yeah, I grew up with Tease and I met Soto in college, and me and Soto lived together. But those is just two people that grew up with me with this music stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that I really know that they have, like, everybody has equal potential when it comes to it. And those is really my guys, because I want to see them win just as much as I want to see myself win.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it's just like the amount of respect and passion that they have for music is what I really, in the talent that they have, is really what I gravitated to. So I knew
Mm-hmm.
that like these is people that like I'm gonna really work with, because they really about that, and they really want it as bad as me. But for that concept off the rip, so we had just came back from school, um
Mm-hmm.
Clark, Atlanta,
Oh,
and
shout out to HBCU.
yeah,
I'm an
yeah, yeah, yeah.
HBCU graduate as well. So,
Yeah, I'm a senior now. I'm in my last year, so pray for me.
oh yeah, hey, you
Um,
got it. You got it.
yeah, but yeah. So me and Soto was kind of making music freshman year, when we was really trying to figure out how our styles work, and they just clicked so well. It was weird. And when we came back home, we linked up with Tees, and we went to the studio, Savage Sounds,
Mm-hmm.
by Lou Savage. Shout out Lou. That's my dad's old friend.
Mm-hmm.
But he's basically like Uncle Lou. And he owns the studio, so that was really like our second home.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was so comfortable us being there. But the first time we visited the studio and met Lou in person, we made Off the Rip, me, Soto, and Tees. And and it was just but we wrote it prior to that, and we just, I don't know, we said we needed something that felt like New York, but it wasn't exactly the typical drill sound,
Mm-hmm.
or the typical sound that you would get. So we ended up finding this Chef G and Sleepy Hollow type beat on YouTube. and then I said, let me take the chorus. I got the chorus. So I hopped on the chorus, and then we said, okay, boom, right after the chorus, right after that little singing part, who voice sounds the best? Boom, Soto, because he got that D rapping voice. So we let
Mhm.
him go next. And then we said, okay, let's bring it back to me. I'm gonna make it short since I'm already on the chorus. You feel me? And then I brought that singing back into it. You feel me? So it switched up the vibe, and then boom, you bring it back down with T smooth style, and then kick it off or end it with the chorus.
Mhm.
So that's how we structured the song. We took it to the studio, recorded it, and then it's literally been sitting in files for 2 years, and we just
Oh
dropped the video. Yeah,
wow.
we
So I'm thinking this is a song you just literally got into the booth and just started
mm-mm,
doing your thing.
nah,
But this
nah.
is 2 years.
I got so much music, so
But
much
let
unreleased.
me tell you about the song though. It does sound like New York. Like I felt like I was in New York.
Yeah.
Like that flow, that feel, the lyrics. It was that authentic New York
That's
vibe.
what we was going for. And my fault, but I don't mean to cut you off. Shout out True Light Films for he's the one that shot the video. He's genius. You feel me? But yeah, so shout out True Light Films and Wiz.
Mhm. Shout
Checkmate
out
coming
to
out soon.
them. You gotta shout out your people because at the end of the day, they always gonna back you. You
Yeah.
gotta make sure you shout out your people. I wanted to know about since you are a solo artist, but you just recently, formed a group and part of the group, and it's called No Sleep Mafia. So
Mafia.
tell me about No Sleep
What's up?
Mafia
What's up?
because when I'm thinking about what No Sleep Mafia is, yeah, of course y'all don't sleep. Like
Yeah.
it's like party all the time, no sleep. You know what I'm saying? You in college, so tell me about how you came up with the name No Sleep Mafia, and if I'm right.
Okay, so all right, boom. So that's a concept that formed during high school. A
Ah.
couple years ago when I met my friend James,
Mhm.
Samurai XL. Uh um and basically we used to just come up with these crazy ideas, and then when I met James, it was literally through music because we had did a poetry slam type thing for school,
Mhm.
and we both made music, so we was just chatting, and then we both had so much respect for each other and what we was trying to do. I think this is around 10th grade that we was like, yo, if we come up with a group, what would we call it? And then we
Mhm.
came up with so many names because at one point, No Sleep Mafia, the concept of NSM was actually called Nonstop Militia.
Oh
Yeah,
wow. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we just said, nah, No Sleep Mafia, it just sounds better. And is it
Mhm.
we could play off the concept of like literally no sleep. It's an easy logo and everything.
Mhm.
Um and just Mafia being like the group, like a family, you feel me? Like
Yeah.
close ties. And so that's how we formed the group. And then when it came down to it, the members for real are me, Retro Kid, Soto Bands, the Artist Tees,
Mhm.
Samurai XL, um, and Ethan De Niro. And also shout out to my boy Da, also another childhood friend. He's an inspiring actor
Mhm.
and a filmmaker. Um so yeah, so that's really what we established, and but it's at the point where we're all trying to figure out how everybody could bring something to the table with their personal
Mm.
talent. So
Yes.
we got people like Ethan trying to figure out how to actually engineer and produce music,
Mhm.
and Soto trying to figure out how to engineer music. Also, T's getting more sturdy with photography, so we could
Mhm.
figure out how to bring all the talents into the group so
Mhm.
we could actually start doing stuff. So I'm also very proud to say that we definitely started getting a lot more serious about it, as you could tell by off the rip.
Mhm.
So like I said before, it's about consistency now. So
Mhm.
just keeping up with it. But yeah, so that's my group. But we very much still independent artists. It's just
Mhm.
that when we make music together, it's No Sleep Mafia. The
Mhm.
ultimate goal is to have No Sleep Mafia be a label.
Oh
Um,
wow. And it's
yeah.
gonna happen. And it's really gonna
Thank
happen
you.
because once you put it out
Manifestation.
there,
Facts.
yes, once you put it out there, it's going to manifest. But one thing I do want to mention is that it seems like, these are all your close friends from high school. And it's so good to really know that you've all had this close knit bond from like middle school, high school on up to now. And that is something, those core people, like that is like a big deal. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, really, I'm still close with my high school friends as well. And those are your core people. But to know that you guys formed a group together and everybody is honing in on their talents to get better, to really, like really in the near future, to have a label, and you can look back and say, remember we created this, we talked about this, and now it's coming to fruition. And I know it's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah. Nah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, yo.
Of course. Now, Retro Kid, do you have any new projects you got dropping soon?
Hmm. Okay. Cool. So I just dropped off the rip. Um. And I had a song called Pennywise in the works that I wanted to drop around Halloween.
Okay.
Shot by Josiah Stees.
Mhm.
But recently there's been some uh malfunctions, so that video is postponed. But I do also have a video also shot by True Light Films and with my boy Wiz. Um
Mhm.
called Checkmate. Shot with a
Okay.
shot with a green screen. So originally the plan was to drop that around Christmas, New Year's,
Mhm.
but I actually might bump that up now. With that said, I also have an album finished completely called Kid of the Jungle, kind of like King of the
Okay.
Jungle, but kid, like a play on my name.
Mhm.
That I've held for years, and people get on my ass about this. But I do have another one is on that album,
Mhm.
which is the video that's on YouTube right now. Checkmate, which are coming out with soon, and a third song that me and my dad are trying to put together, Omar Salgado, um, called Kill Bill.
That's
And
dope.
yeah, so
That's
once I put
dope.
those three songs out,
Mhm.
I most likely will drop the whole tape. And then I'm personally working on something that I'm recording on BandLab completely off my phone.
Mhm.
11 songs.
Oh wow.
I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet, but it's a project that I'm actually really like hype about because it's different and everything is recorded off my phone. So I'm really trying everything myself.
Mhm.
So yeah.
I
Yeah.
cannot wait to hear more about that. And I feel like you're like family now, because you
Oh
got
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
come
We
back
locked
on the
in. We
sip
locked
and
in.
sit.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got
yeah,
to
for
come back on
sure.
the sip and sit and talk about it
I
now.
appreciate you making this as as easy as possible. You feel me?
Oh, hey, I got to do it up for my It's HBCU love right here,
Yeah.
okay? I'm a graduate of Alabama State University, so
Okay,
I
okay.
feel
Shout out.
you on that. We now
Yeah.
we're in two different conferences. I know with Clark Atlanta is SIAC, we are the swag. So, but it's all HBCU love though.
Yo, okay, I got you. Yeah,
It's all HBCU love.
yeah,
And
yeah. All
can
day,
you
all
tell
day.
people where can they follow you, where they can hear your music on any platform?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, boom. So for Instagram, you could find me, like I said before, is retro K underscore underscore two underscores. That's my Instagram. My TikTok, I believe, is retro kid underscore five.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that because I don't know it at the top of my head though. But you'll be able to also find me find my TikTok through my Instagram too. My Facebook is honestly just my name.
Mhm.
It's Isaiah Salgado, but I don't really advise people to direct their attention to Facebook. And then and for my YouTube, it's just Retro Kid, like it says right
On
there.
the description.
Yeah, 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 right there. So just like that, and like I said before, you can find my song another one, um, and off the rip out
Mhm.
now on YouTube and Spotify, Apple Music, and I got other music on other major streams, other major platforms, and all that. So, yeah.
Cool, cool. So y'all make sure y'all go hit him up. Y'all support him. Go stream his music. Follow him on all social media platforms. And like I said, this is not the first time he's gonna come back. This ain't the first time. You're gonna
Right.
come back again and again and again. So I'm just
Definitely.
letting you know because you family now. You done got on the sip and sit. You family now.
You locked in, hey Millie?
Yeah, we locked in.
You
So
locked
y'all make sure
in.
y'all go support my boy Retro Kid. And of
Much
course,
love,
I thank
y'all.
y'all
Much
for
love.
coming. That's it right there. I'm glad
That's a
y'all
heart.
for
That's a half
thank
a
y'all for
heart.
coming on here. Make sure y'all watch every week, y'all. I'm coming back with another episode, another artist, maybe some reality stars. I don't know, but you gotta stay tuned to the Sip and
Shout out,
Sip.
hey Millie. Tune in, tune in. This is the only podcast you should be watching right now.
That's what appreciate that, bro. Thank you. This is
Yeah,
the
for
only
sure.
podcast you should be watching. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram. You can follow right here in the description down there at the corner. Follow the Sip and Sip podcast, please. I'm trying to get my followers up. So make sure y'all subscribe,
Me
y'all
too. Me
follow,
too. Me
follow
too,
my
y'all.
personal Instagram as well, too. So
Facts.
yes. And make sure y'all lock it in next week. Another episode of the Sip and Sit is coming. And we out, y'all. Peace.
All right.